Hi, I'm Dorinda from PrimordialDor Tarot, and I'm here to do a Capricorn reading today for April the 26th to the 30th, 2025. I'm using the Thoth Tarot deck, and I'm going to do a Celtic cross for Capricorn, please, for Capricorn. At this time, I'd appreciate it if you could hit the like and subscribe button. It costs you absolutely nothing to subscribe, and it helps me build this channel, and I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Not yet. We have to cut the deck. For Capricorn. All right, what's up with Capricorn? All right, calling upon the universe. Can I have some cards for Capricorn, please? Some cards for Capricorn. All right, there we go. All right, Capricorn, bottom of the deck's the overall. Bottom of the deck, we have Major Arcana, the Hangman. All right, that's about taking a time out, isolation, meditation, getting a new perspective, all right? So you have to take a time out, think about things. You know, how do you want your life? What do you want in your life? How do you like, what do you want in your love life? Where do you want to live? Country, city? And what about your job? What kind of work do you want to do? Things like that. And whatever generally is bothering you in life, you take a time out and think about it. All right? And get a new perspective, because you can be looking at something one day and you don't think it's so great. But if you get a new perspective, you'll see maybe it's okay. You can work with it. You never know. All right? That's always a good thing to do. Hermit card too, right? Same thing. Okay, present situation, Capricorn. We have Venus in Virgo, 9 of disc gain. All right, well, that means you've had a win recently, or there's some money coming to you, or it already has come to you. You know, something great has happened. And maybe your business is going along well. You know, you got lucky, you won some money, but you have some gain and material resources and wealth. And that's a beautiful place to be sitting. Wow. Okay, Capricorn, your challenge is Venus in Aquarius. 5 of Swords, defeat. All right, well, you know what the wins are, but you also know what the defeats are as well. That's your challenge, you know, to learn from the defeats, because the universe is only going to give you the big win if you're ready for it. And you have to go through the defeats to learn your lessons, and universe banging you around, getting you ready for the big win. So you always got to remember those defeats and what you learned from them to get your wins. You already got that. And they'll keep coming. But you never forget the defeats, right? You learn. All right. Well, it looks like you're learning, Capricorn. You're doing it. All right, Capricorn. All right. Below position, we have the Queen of Swords. Okay, she rules communication, speaking, articulation, saying the right words at the right time. Okay. And she can be a little pushy and a little sharp in her speaking. She can be sharp. So what I'm getting here, I think maybe there's been somebody in your life, you know, like her. She's a bossy, you know, overbearing. You don't want to get on the bad side of her. You know, she's highly intelligent. But, you know, this is a woman that wants you to do things her way. It has to be her way all the time. So I think there's been someone in your life like this Queen of Swords. Could be at work, could be a relative, could be a friend, you know, could be a love situation that you've been involved with someone like this woman. You know, it's all got to be her. Only her way will do. Everything's got to be her way. Her way's the right way, according to her. Okay, I think someone is in your life like this. All right, so you learn from that, right? You learn from it. Okay, this woman, you have to deal with her. She's been around. Or she might be a relative, right? Someone trying to tell you what to do. Something like that. You have to hold your own. That's why you got to take the time out. Get your priorities straight. Nah, right? Yeah, for sure. Okay, in the past position, which could be yesterday, last week, or 5 years ago, we have Venus in Aries, 4 of Wands completion. Okay, well, this means that, you know, you've had a skill or something that you've taken to the top and you're very much admired for it. You know, you're the master of something, but there's nowhere, you can't take it any higher. So it's time now for that to be over. Something's completed in your life. And it could be a relationship too. Could be a relationship. And it's time to start a new thing, a new challenge. You need a new challenge now, Capricorn. And you got the money coming in. You're doing well. Take the time out. That hangman, you know. And it's over. Maybe it's over with this queen. Maybe you're done with that, maybe. This overbearing person in your life. Maybe you're just done with that and you're going to strike out on your own. Okay, Capricorn. You know, take it how it resonates. This could be a job situation over. It could be a living situation over. You know, or it could be a love situation over. All right. But you got your money in order. All right, Capricorn. Your future position, we got the Magus, otherwise known as the Magician. Highly intelligent. You know, he conjures up his life the way he wants it. He can change his own world. You can change your own world with his energy. You know, he's a speaker, a broadcaster of information, valuable information that people need to hear, this Magus. And, you know, he's a magician. He can create anything. So this is your future position. So giving you the opportunity to create something new because something's over. It's just recently over. And now you got the Magus energy and you're going to change your world. Change your world, Capricorn. You can do it. You got the money there. All right? And that's fantastic. Very strong energy. Extremely strong energy. And that's what you have. All right. Your near future, you have the Queen of Discs. Okay, well, she's strong too. And this is disc energy. You know, she takes hold of resources and builds a business that grows, expands, thrives, and the revenue keeps coming in. And she has a ton of experience as well, this queen. And she's walked those million miles there, and she has experience and wisdom. Life wisdom is what she has. But it's all about the money too with her. She knows how to take care of that money. And your present situation is the 9 of Discs gain. So you're sitting good there. Okay? And maybe someone like this is coming into your life. Okay? If you're a man, you know, and if you're a woman, maybe someone like this Magus is coming into your life. This is your future and that's your near future. Or you can use his energy to create something new. And she creates new things too. She's a builder. So both of these cards, you can use their energy to create the new thing and keep that gain coming in. Or perhaps you're going to meet someone like that. If you're a woman, maybe you're going to meet someone like this if you're a man. Okay. And fantastic, both of them, right? You're going to win either way. All right. Or whatever your situation is. Okay. Internally, you're thinking about the Princess of Swords. All right. Well, she rules communication, speaking, articulation, saying the right words at the right time and all that. But you're thinking about a Princess of Swords. Okay. And she can be sharp too. She can be sharp, speaking from the tip of that tongue. And she can be a little rascal at times too. So, you're thinking about a Princess of Swords. Maybe it's someone in your life. You know, the Queen, she already drove you nuts, that one. Princess, you know, maybe she's here. You're thinking about her. So maybe you're thinking about someone like that. Okay? Not so bitchy as the Queen. but very intelligent and can give you the right words to say. That maybe that's what she's here for. You're thinking about her, but you're thinking in a way that you're going to have the right words to say and speak when you're doing all your new stuff here. When something's over and you're going to start something new. And you will have the right words to say. Okay. And in your environment, we have Major Arcana. We have the Death card. All right. Well, that's rebirth and transformation. A complete change. All right. And that's in your environment. So something is going to change. Completion card. Something's over. This is rebirth. And it's in your environment. So maybe you're moving. Maybe you're going to meet up with the Queen of Discs or the Magus. Okay? And move. Or you're going to change anyway. This is like being in the cocoon and coming out as the butterfly. That's this kind of energy here. And that's all around you. So there's going to be a lot of change around you, Capricorn. All right. That's good. Things are moving along. All right. So in your hopes and fears, we have Major Arcana. We got the Fool card. And well, he's about taking a leap of faith and starting something new and not being afraid to start something new. You got some powerful cards here. Complete change. You know, this is going down the path that calls to you, but when you get there, there's no path. It forms as you go, so you've really got to trust in the process and trust the universe to do something completely different. Well, your environment says things are going to change completely. Environment. You got to be the fool and go down that path that isn't even there. But you have the power of the magician, right? The intelligence and the conjuring of that magician. You can create anything. So it looks like you're creating something completely new, Capricorn. Wow. You're going to be a completely different person. Use the skills of this Magus. Take the leap of faith. Go down the road that calls you. Even though there's really no path, it'll form as you go. Wow. Complete transformation here. Capricorn. Some powerful cards here, Capricorn. All right. The final card in the outcome of this reading, Capricorn. We have the Prince of Discs. All right. He is an entrepreneurial guy. He's looking for his princess. He's looking for a place to build his new business. He's looking for the fertile valley to build his new home. All right, and it's slow, steady, solid energy. All right, and just like the Queen of Discs, this Prince of Discs, he's all about the material resources, right? And starting the new business and making a situation where the money and the revenue keeps coming in. And he's solid and very intelligent and looking to build a new home or a new business. And it looks to me, with these cards you've got here, something absolutely new is happening. Okay? And you got the Prince of Discs and the Queen of Discs. That disc energy. And the Nine of Discs. You got the bucks to start. Look at those cards, Capricorn. This is fantastic. This is about material resources. You've already got it starting out. All right? But you want to make it expand and grow. And you got the power of these two here. Wow. And these powerful Major Arcana cards. All about change. Something's over. You got that completion card. Be brave and go down that path that calls to you. All right, Capricorn. That was a fabulous reading. I'd like to conclude with an animal spirit card. Can I have one card for Capricorn, please? One card for Capricorn. Okay, there it is. Dog spirit, be loyal to what you love. All right, Capricorn, be loyal to what you love. You know, the new thing. Be loyal to what you love. You know, rebirth and transformation. And then you're going to love something different. And you're going to be loyal. All right, like that doggy. You know how loyal dogs are. No matter what, they're going to be there for you. And that's fantastic. All right, Capricorn, that was a great reading. It's about material resources and wealth. Yeah, that was fabulous. All right, I enjoyed that. I hope you did. And I'll catch you next time.